Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play LOTRO with me, Balthelion, where we are once again back at the White Hand Outpost in the southern parts of Trumdrain. And I think this will probably be our last batch of questing that we'll be doing in the region, if I remember correctly. So we'll see if we can wrap it up in this episode and start the Bonevales next time. But we'll see how we go. Right, so we need to wreak revenge upon the emissary of Saruman after his little sneak attack. On the Stag Clan. He's murdered half the people, including the Elder. We just grab a few people here, murder these boys. We need to defeat 15 half-orcs. So the half-orcs, as I mentioned the last time we were here, are in the second layer of the base. So the outer layer is kind of all the Dunlandings. Inside here we have the half-orcs, and some of these people, I don't know whether it's the grunts. I assume they still have it, but they did this like forklift truck flipping attack where it just sends you into space. We'll see if any of them do it. I thought it would have been these boys. Maybe I'm wrong, or maybe they fixed it. But they would literally just like send you up about 20 meters in the air, which is interesting. And then our third quest is to free the men of Lantaran who are in these little cages at the minute. Now, annoyingly, a lot of these boys are actually archers. So that's going to make it a bit difficult to group them up. Oh, I'll bring you back over here. Oh, I've got two archers over here. This shows how much I'm paying attention to what I'm putting. So we'll kill these, then we've got two slave cages near us. Oh, hello, another one's joined us now. Die! Come on. I don't know why I'm using the arrow skill, but sod it. It's about sending a message. Come on, there we go, die. Right, so that's 18 already. But there's quite a few around here. It's not a bad place for advancing your half-orc slayer deed. There might be one or two other good places for advancing that as well, but there's pure half-orcs inside this part of the camp at least anyway. Obviously, these are the first half-orcs we're actually coming across. We've activated the half-orc slayer deed. Oh god, no, I probably don't want to pull too much. I'm only on half health. Should probably be paying more attention to my regen, otherwise this is going to end horribly, because I'm already in a bit of trouble here. Come on. Kill or be killed. Oh god, it's a signature as well. Nice healing effect that I've just procced on myself there. Oh no, stun! The dirty stun! No! We don't have time for this. Kill him. There we go. Jesus. Right. I'll tell you what I might do. It might be cheeky. By the destiny point. No, not that one. Burst of recovery. So I'll get some regen, because I don't think Pendulous has actually got any regen food on him. Okay, so that'd be 3 and 4. And then obviously 5 and 6 are down in the corner there where that backpack is. Maybe it's the leaders that flick you up. Actually no, but we just fought one, didn't we? And he didn't flick us up. I don't know. We'll see. We can probably free this person without aggroing those guys. And there's a leader here anyway, so... Yeah, maybe they fixed the flicky up bug. Basically quite fun getting launched. Or a bit of a pain in the backside if you actually try to kill things in a timely manner. So this will be 13. But we're going to have to go inside a cave in a minute to meet the emissary. So what I would advise doing is kind of like focus on doing the cages, see how many you kill while you're opening the cages. Go inside, sort the emissary out, and if you still need half-orcs afterwards, you can fight a few more guys outside. Otherwise, you can just ride off. Unless you just don't mind killing extra mobs for your slayer deed or whatever. Oh, hello. You sneaky. Hiding behind a tent. Donk. Oh, he's 14. I'll be honest, this one might... Actually, no, probably can sneak around him. There we go. So inside we're going to have a couple of extra loose mobs as well as the emissary. So we'll try and group these up. Is it 2 rooms before the split? So we have to turn right at the end. No, it's just them 2. Okay. So we'll murder these 2 quick. And we're go into the emissary's room, see what he has to say for himself. But yeah, the poor Stag Clan. They're the good guys, or one of the good guys. We like their clan. We don't like the Dragon Clan. And what were the guys in Edgewaif? I can't remember what their animal was. I'll probably come back to me in a second. Right, here's the White Hand Envoy, which are now spanking. He's been a very naughty boy. And once he's dead, there we go. You have avenged Elder Viagan as best as you could. His murderer cannot harm anymore. So that's all three of those quests done, so we can head back to town now. So I think I will just cheat and Mithril. Save a bit of time. It's not that far a ride, but sod it. Did the Elder's ghost like briefly appear behind a lane there? It like couldn't phase out quick enough. Alright, let's speak to Guto then. It is done then. My grandfather is avenged, and his grandson is wiser, and his people will rebuild. You are a good elf, Bonevales. I know we were not always friends, but that is changed. You will always be welcome in Lantaran, and we will sing of your deeds for generations to come. Perhaps at our yearly festival. There will be the crown, the horsetail, the spear, and a symbol of the great champion who hailed from faraway land to help our people in a time of need. So he's happy. The half-orcs are a menace to Dunland as long as they live, hissing the cruel assurances of Saruman's neighbourly kindness in the ears of the clans. You did well to drive them out, Bonevales. The Dragon Clan maimed us, but I believe Isengard is the greatest enemy we have faced yet. Thank you, Bonevales. You have helped to restore our village a little. Lantaran will be stronger with the presence of men, weak and useless as these are. Perhaps Elaine can train them to be more like her. So we complete that. That's given us acquaintance with the Dunlandings. Just from one region, which is nice. Obviously the reputation here only goes up to Kindred because we haven't got the fancy higher levels beyond Kindred until we start getting down into Gondor. So we can speak to Elaine. Now she's going to give us two different vector quests. So we have a vector quest to take us to Galtrev, which is where we definitely need to go at some point. But we've also got the vector quest to the Bonevales, which will take us to the other region where we could have entered from Enedwaif. So we could have done the Bonevales instead of Trumdring, but we now have the option to also go back and do that region. Whereas if we came in via the Bonevales, we would have a vector to take us to Galtrev, or we could have go to Trumdring second. So you can do them in either order, or just do one. But we'll do both anyway, just so we can cover the whole region. So we'll take both of these quests.
It is not our custom to trust the Goliath, but perhaps you may be of help to me?
So this is nothing fancy. This is just going to take us the same entry point that we would have had if we took the Rangers with the epic story. It would take us to the exact same location just to start us off. And similarly, where we get Vector 2 next for the epic story is also
Even
where we go in
Galtrev
Galtrev.
have need of help on occasion.
So we can accept both of those. Nothing really fancy in the flavour text for that. And then we will cheat our way over with a Mithril coin. And there we go. So we are speaking. Oh, there's a ghost of a ranger just appeared behind me. So this is pretty far to the north. So we don't have the epic story here because we chose the epic story to go from Lanark down via the Morn Shores into Trumdring. So we're just going to have landscape quests here. So let's just remove all those off the tracker. And speak to Bledhun. A Devoriad in these lands? Who goes there? Why are you in this forsaken place?
Many foul things dwell in the shadows. I fear wolves will be the least of our troubles.
Many foul things do dwell in the Bonevales. He's quite right about that. You are the Devoriad here. You do not belong here any more than I do. He's kind of a bit Borat, that kind of accent. My name is Bledhun. It's nice. Among the Bonevales and the clans of the Bonevales, a clan has long dwelled. This clan, called the Divlik, accursed in the Westron. are oathbreakers and were driven into the Bonevales as punishment. Recently, strange occurrences and evil rumblings have been heard from the cairns that have long laid dormant. Will you search for signs that might explain what is happening here? Journey west from here and see what you can find. When you have found the signs I seek, you should find my friend Caron and deliver the evidence to him. I last saw him heading west through the valley. So, take that quest. And obviously there's going to be a questing the Bonevales deed, so we need 30 quests. We've already done one. The Vector quest does count. So we can quietly take that. So we need to go pretty much west from where we are now, up this little valley over here. So, as the name might suggest, the Bonevales, we're going to be dealing a lot with the undead in this region. So there's going to be lots of wights wandering around. I'll pull 2 of them, come on. And they both had to be archers as well, so I can't just group them up and quickly murder them. Oh, now he wants to come over. There we go. And obviously we're going to have a dead slayer deed, because why not? Bonevales is your best source of the dead in the region. I think there are other places where you can get the dead, but this is kind of like the best place in general. There's probably a couple of indoor cavern areas as well, maybe. Trying to think off the top of my head. No, you can't mine that pendulous. Leave it alone. And of course, the white has to go near the pile of dirt that I'm investigating. So, the gist of where we're going now is we're kind of like heading west up this valley, so it's slightly uphill. We're going to have 3 piles of this disturbed earth, and then at the very end, just as we reach a dead end, there'll be some remains that we can investigate as well. So this is number 3. Now if I'm lucky I can maybe sneak past that guy. Well, he's moved, so I might have a chance. The other thing we need to be aware of is some stuff up there on the way out. Oh, you're bastards, aren't you? Right, I'm just going to run straight through you. You're going to get aggroed anyway, so sod it. So keep running up here. Yeah, pull the 3rd one. Why not? We'll keep running up here, and we can see there are several pieces of flashy stuff. So, I might be able to interact with that before he shoots me. Maybe not. Okay. Fine. We will deal with you, sir. There we go, right. So there's some remains here. Any of these should count. And obviously we can see Karen there in the background. So there we go. Do that. We can talk to Karen.
You are welcome here, as long as you do not trouble us.
He looks like he's kind of depressed and sat behind a rock, and he doesn't want to be troubled, apparently. So I'll leave you to it then, sir. You know, you seem to be like cowering behind this rock, but whatever. Ah, it appears, Pendulous, that we have another Devodiad in our lands. How do you know my name? I haven't told you yet. In these troubled times, sadly, outsiders seem to be the people who are most willing to give aid. If you must know, it appears if the honoured dead are being twisted and now stirring from their cairns. So, got to follow up?
It is not our custom to trust Devodiad, but perhaps you may be of help to me?
Recently, a large army was gathered within the Bonevales, poised to attack the Algrey clans of Enedwaith. However, Yoraf, a great Brennan among the clans, summoned the warriors south to Wolf's Cleft to ready an attack against the accursed Strawheads. So basically the Rohirrim. Following the withdrawal of the forces, Traherne, Brennan of the Div League, began attacking all those who would assist outsiders like yourself. My band was scattered throughout the valley. Will you seek out those who survived the attack and assist them if possible? Travel east and look among the rocks and hills for my companions. When you have found them, return to Bledwin and let him know we are safe. So we can accept that quest. And we have to find and talk to Elunet and Glundur, who are marked on our map, and I think it's safe to say one of those poor chaps is dead on this hill over here. Where we have a mysterious note. So make sure when you look at that, I'm going to have to aggro one of them. I'd rather just go straight for one and kill one rather than trying to thread the needle through both of them and pull both of them. There we go, nice bit of crits on those last two skills. Okay, so speak to Glunda.
You are welcome here, as long as you do not trouble us.
Karen sent you to find me? I do not understand what has happened. Will you please let any of my companions you come across know that I escaped the Deep League's attack unscathed? Thank you, Devodiad. So I just murdered a white that aggroed while I was talking there. So make sure you pick up this mysterious note as well. It will give you another quest. This hastily scribbled note reads, "To those who remain, I wish you the best. For the past months and days, there have been grim portents of what is to come. Shadows are falling all around us, and we fear what may come. The cairns stare for the first time in this place. You should bring this note to Bledhun." So we can take that, mount up again. So now we need to go find his friend, who's actually not too far from him, it seems. So carry on heading west. It's basically taking us back pretty much the same way we came from. So Bledhun's just in this valley where it opens up down here, but his friend is just on the right. So if we jump off here, speak to this person.
Evil things stir in the night.
Caron sent you? Then we shall speak. We had a peaceful arrangement with the Deevlik at one time. We would bring them goods, and they would allow us to pass unimpeded northwards. Ever since the warriors marched to Wolf's Cleft, the Deevlik have become increasingly hostile to those they saw as Devodiad, outsiders. They attacked our band, and we were taken unaware. Only a small number of us survived. So they've been brutally murdered. Mount up. So we can now go back to Bledhun and hand in both of these quests. Can remove the Slay Leader of our tracker because we're not going to need that. I am relieved to hear that more survived the attack than I first thought, but I fear what is to become of this place. I am glad to hear that some of our band survived the Deebling's brutal attack. I swear that the treachery of the Deevlik would not go unpunished. Now we've got 3 follow-up quests.
The Turknuth have been destroyed. I pray to the Urkwirad that we will not be next.
Our encampment was made on a hill to the south of here. The Deevlik struck when we were unaware, taking some captive and slaying many. We shall make them pay for their treachery. Will you return to our camp and defeat the Deevlik who attacked our people? Travel southeast up the hill and follow the path along the ridge. Defeat any Deevlik that you encounter, then return to me. I will sit here and do nothing. You can do all the hard work for me, and then I give you a bit of gold. It's actually silver, but fuck it. So, second quest.
The old woman of the mountain says we should not trust Devodiad.
When certain clans among the Dunlanding people capture a territory, they place standards there to announce their victory. When our encampment was overrun, the Deevlik raised their standards there in honor of their victory. Will you seek out these standards, destroy them, and defeat any of the Deevlik captains that you encounter there? Go south and follow the trail up the hilltop where our camp once stood.
Do not speak the names of evil things, for you will call them.
Bendelus, my companions each carried a sigil to signify our allegiance to our clan. When my companions fell to the attack, many of these sigils were taken. Will you attempt to recover the sigils from the Dunlandings up top the hill? If so, journey south and up the hill. The scouts will be the ones carrying the sigils. So that's going to all send us... Actually, it's a wide open area where we can acquire this, but it's pretty much south and literally just slightly east of where we are. Pretty much that big hill over here, where this big rock is. But I think we will stop this episode here then. That's about a good time as any. And then next episode we will begin questing properly in the Bonevales, and we'll maybe have a look at some of the last few yellow champion tree set bonuses, because we've still got a few of those to cover. So until then, see you guys next time.